And we're back with the One Punch Man chapter 198 redraw. Flashy Flash versus Speed O Sonic Sound. Look at the art on that image, my god. And it appears that they actually made Sonic a lot stronger this time around than the first edition of the manga. This chapter giving us some really nice art shots from Murata. He definitely did not rush this time or hold back. He gave us some really nice shots for this fight between Sonic and Flashy Flash, which is over in a single chapter. But it is a long chapter, quite a bit happens, but we got to progress a lot through the redraws, which is a very good thing because Blast is for sure coming to fight against Empty Void in probably just a chapter or two. For the cover page here, we got the always beautiful Fubuki. Murata's not even trying to hide it anymore. I mean, the main focal point of this picture, like, my god, dude, they just keep getting bigger every chapter. Even though she's not in the chapter, you know, just throw her on the cover. Everybody loves it, and nobody's really complaining. So the chapter opens up with Flashy Flash standing against Sonic in their 1v1 duel, getting ready to battle it out. And we know that Empty Void is lurking around somewhere, and when he attacks, Flashy Flash has this Omni King button he can press, and Blast will show up to fight Empty Void, the brand new god avatar that is insanely strong in One Punch Man. Can't wait to see this fight. But in any case, during the flashback between Sonic and Flashy Flash, you know, we get to learn about their backstory and everything, but we get to see a little bit more and a little bit of a different story here. It's similar, but in this backstory with the redraw, Sonic actually teaches Flashy Flash pretty much how to use his sword and kind of helps him and becomes a friend, but in this case he's kind of stronger than Flashy Flash when they were kids. So I guess one of the reasons that One and Murata wanted to redraw the ninja arc, maybe they felt like they didn't want to make Speed of Sonic Sound be the weaker of the ninjas, and maybe here in the manga he's more of on equal level to Flashy Flash, and that's really what it appeared to be from this chapter. But as we look at the flashback, Sonic is teaching Flashy Flash a killing move, and Flashy Flash is able to replicate it instantly, but Sonic counters it and, you know, is like, I'm the master. So like, they really seemed even, or Flashy Flash was stronger in the previous editions, but now it seems like, at least for the flashback, at least for when they were kids, Sonic did appear to be the stronger ninja. Whether or not Flashy Flash has surpassed him or not, it's going to be kind of hard to find out, but we did see in this chapter that Flash was using a lot of his ultimate moves and Sonic was able to just survive them. However, it's very possible that Flash wasn't really using his full power in this fight. We did see from the initial drawings that Flash kind of like increased his speed when he started to fight all the other ninjas, and that surprised Flash. He kind of told the audience that, wow, Flash is faster than me. But I don't know if they're going to do that here. In any case, the fight between Sonic and Flash is amazing in this redraw. Murata gave us the crazy ninja battles, so like if you like the high speed ninja battles in One Punch Man, this chapter is absolutely for you. Tons of flips and speed and power strikes and just really cool anatomy for all of the combat that's going on. I really love the way that Murata uses like energy and swirls and speed and kind of like combines all these effects, but you still can clearly tell exactly what's going on. You can tell that the characters are moving at insanely high speed, and you get to see Flash and Sonic kind of darting around the battlefield, clashing and bouncing off each other as they progressively increase the strength of their attacks. They finally connect with a double wind blade kick. This art is phenomenal from Murata. Like, this composition is ridiculously cool. The posing from the characters, the speed, the power, the cleanliness of the shot, everything about it just screams excellence. I love how Murata, although he gives us these like muscular figures, he gives them kind of like straighter lines for their muscles, and it really makes them feel like they're chiseled out of stone, and I love how he does that. Flash finally ups his ante and uses flashy kicks, which sends Sonic flying, and as he explodes into the ground, he throws out all these giant shuriken, and now we kind of go into the Naruto DBZ battle sort of thing. Flashy Flash jumps way up into the sky, and the the homing shuriken just like follow him. I really got DBZ vibes out of this, like when Goku forced Cell to move the Kamehameha up into the sky, and then he used an instantaneous movement. I felt like it was something like that, or like something out of a DBZ attack where they're shooting a bunch of homing ki blasts and the guy flies up in the sky, it explodes on him, and then he appears behind and smacks the guy in the face. Something like that. But in any case, Flash is able to dodge the explosion, but then Sonic comes in with the 9 Shadow Funeral, and in which he makes all these after images of himself, and then he uses each one. He takes a note out of Saitama's book, basically, or maybe he taught this Saitama, but he uses Wind Blade Kick with all 9 images at the exact same time. So this is very reminiscent of Saitama's omnidirectional Serious Punch, which he used against Cosmic Garo. And what this is showing us is that Sonic is leveling up a lot, and this is not the same Sonic from before it was redrawn. This one is far more competitive with Flashy Flash. Again, I guess Warner Murata decided we don't want Sonic to be a weakling. We've invested too much into this character. We want to give him a future in the series, so let's make him stronger in the redraw. But he gets slammed in the face by one of Flashy Flash's ultimate moves, the Flashy Fist. Look at the damage on this thing. It looks like Saitama's consecutive normal punch. I mean, just crazy amounts of damage from Flash, who says, I never thought I'd have to use one of my ultimate techniques against you. Sonic, you've gotten stronger. And he acknowledges that Sonic survived the attack because he's like, with the way you are now, we could, and he means fulfill Sonic's dream of creating a new ninja village where all the kids aren't tortured and abused, basically. So now we get introduced to a bunch of the other ninjas from the Ninja Village. These appear to be the same guys that we were introduced to before the redraw, and I think a very similar thing's gonna happen in this redraw. I think like the first half of the next chapter will be Sonic and Flashy Flash teaming up to beat the living crap out of these guys before Empty Void makes his entrance, unless he's still like in the entrails of these guys, which he was originally. But in any case, Sonic's gonna get out of the dust, he's gonna brush himself off, and he's gonna say, hey, you know, I really wanted to finish my fight with Flashy Flash, so you guys are gonna have to die real quick. Now originally, I believe he was supposed to be teaming up with them to capture Flashy Flash, but he kind of changed his mind. And as we saw before, this is the same panel, but Sonic is showing us here that compared to Saitama, now that he's fought Saitama a bunch of times, everybody else is like an ant compared to Saitama. And so compared to him, like everyone else should be easy, because trying to catch Saitama in power is like impossible. And basically these two characters have been trying to do that for a while in the series now. They've both lost to Saitama. Neither of them wants to admit it, but they know deep down that Saitama is the king. He is the one above all, pretty much the unbeatable god of the human race. Sonic was like, you know, I can't catch up to Saitama, but I can catch up to Flash. I think they're going to throw that out here because it appears that Sonic's equal to Flash now that this is redrawn, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm happy we breezed through all these chapters. I feel like it was probably 3 or 4 chapters from the Ninja arc into one, so that should mean that we're getting Empty Void and Blast hopefully in the next chapter. Maybe Blast shows up at the final panel of the next chapter and gets ready to fight, but I'm pumped, and we'll get that in 2 weeks.